I heard the Vive is powered by a Tesseract.
You shouldn't believe everything you hear on the internet.
Okay, well, I also heard that Final Fantasy VII is going to be in VR.
What? What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the SaveState. My name is Landon, this is Seth, and we've played with most of the available VR systems on the market right now, and we've got some thoughts on those. Seth, what are the three that we've had a chance to enjoy?
So we've spent time with the Google Cardboard, with the Samsung Gear VR, and now the HTC Vive. They all are really exciting and interesting additions to the VR world, but we have a few ideas about how things might be looking with the VR landscape with the products. The thing that we found is that they're kind of in just different levels. I mean,
there's a tier system.
Yeah, it's definitely a tier system. So the Cardboard, it's $15, and it works great for $15. It's a great experience. It
just requires a specific phone.
Yeah, you have to have an Android phone. Most Android phones work with it, assuming it fits in the Cardboard device and you don't have like a freaking giant phone. And then the Gear VR, awesome, and it works really, really well. We were all kind of blown away by it, but it has to have like one of 4 different specific Samsung phones. Yeah. So that's even more specific. HTC Vive works on a PC that you build, but it has a really high entry point. So the cost is high, and the requirement for the equipment to make it run is also high.
Yeah, so what's our price points? We're at Google Cardboard's $15. What's the price of the Gear VR? Technically, it's free with a phone.
Well, it depends on, so mine was free when I pre-ordered the Galaxy S7. If you buy it by itself, it's $100.
Oh, that's much more affordable.
Yeah. But it requires a phone, which if you buy it outright is like $700.
And then the Vive is $800 as its own package. That comes with the headset itself, the motion controllers, as well as the sensors for the corners of your room. And then that requires a very high-end PC as well. Right. So somewhere in the market of $1,000 on top of that.
Yeah.
Not the most affordable of options out there, but in my opinion, the Vive is leaps and bounds the best in the market right now.
And that's kind of the thing that we're finding is these all have a vast price range difference. I mean, your out-of-pocket cost, it ranges $15 for the Cardboard to, out of pocket if you go do the lease deal on a phone, you're maybe $100, $200 for Gear VR, and then over $1,000, no question, for the Vive. Yeah. But I feel like they're all worth what they cost. And that's kind of our interesting point is, the Cardboard is $15 and it's a great experience for $15. It's a lot of fun. The Gear VR blew me away how good it was at $100, and there's a lot of good stuff on there. And if you spend an extra $50 for a controller, you get even more capability out of it. And it's a completely viable VR experience.
If I had a phone that would be working for that, I would buy a Gear VR in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
It would be, if I had endless money, Vive, no problem.
Yeah.
Cost point on Vive stops me in my tracks.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, that said, it's an incredible experience. We spent time with it last night. We spent a few hours. We plugged it in where we were able to, we had a big space. We could walk around and explore. There was lots of awkwardness as you were trying to grab something in the VR world and you didn't realize that in the real world your hands were going into your friend's laps and repeatedly, and it makes you wonder if they were actually even playing the game.
They're on pass-through mode. They know exactly what they're doing.
They could see. They knew what they were doing. But they're all. The point of this discussion is that it's a wide range of experience that you can have for a wide range of cost. It's not just VR by itself. You're not going to get a lot of the experience that you would get with the Vive, where you're pulling back a bow and arrow and shooting at things and having to account for the drop of the arrow. You're not going to get that with Cardboard. But actually, as far as I know, right at the moment, I cannot find a Gear VR app or even a Vive app that is a roller coaster ride, but there's like 3 of them on Cardboard.
Yeah.
So
strange.
It's really odd. So the question, should people try to get into VR?
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is not a gimmick. I think this is really what we're moving forward to as an option for gamers.
I agree.
We've got that great on PC. We're getting it soon on console with PlayStation VR. I'm very excited to see what the PlayStation VR is. I assume that it's going to be a step up from Gear VR, and it's definitely going to be a step down from what the Vive can offer. Right. And having played both of those options, I am more than excited about that middle tier of the middle tier. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I cannot wait for that. What's interesting that you do note for the Vive is the Vive compared to Gear VR. Gear VR, I can take my glasses off and I can focus the dial focus on, so I don't have to wear my glasses with Gear VR.
Right.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. Vive does not have that option, but there is more than enough room for the headset to sit over your glasses and be comfortable. The Gear VR, on the other hand, trying to wear it with glasses, very, very uncomfortable in my opinion. I don't know where PlayStation VR is going to be at in that world, but I think the experience has been fantastic. There's definitely been mind-blowing experiences for me on the Vive where it's just been, holy crap, between the standing room only and then when you actually map out your room and you can walk around and experience things.
It's really neat.
That is mind-blowing. And there was a game we were playing, Windlands. Windlands was a great game. People are calling it Spider-Man Simulator. It's more of like kind of a Spider-Man cross Doc Ock simulator where you've got grappling hooks and you're pulling yourself around and
stuff. Kind of Tarzan-ish too.
Yeah, it's very, very fun. That was the game where I actually was like, I would try to jump and land on a thing. I was like, oh God.
Yeah, you get like, a little vertigo, little like stomach pit.
But not where it's like you feel sick, but where it's just like, I'm in this.
I think I'm pretty resilient to that sort of sickness. Like I don't get car sick or seasick or anything like that. But I think people who might be prone to that would be a game that would potentially put them on edge.
Boy, man, it was incredible though. It was a really, really cool experience. And then there's the simpler stuff too, where you're just interacting in like a job space or whatever. You know what I mean? Job simulator. So what's really cool is we're at the early stage of where games are at on it, and I cannot wait until like the next generation of games, or even Vive 2, when maybe you can get rid of that crazy cable that's dangling down on the back of your neck, where you kind of feel like a cyborg ninja from Mortal Kombat.
Although I will say, after playing it for an hour and change, it wasn't as big of a problem as
you don't really notice it.
I didn't really trip over it or anything too much.
In Windlands, I'm running around a lot and I'm spinning around a lot, and I could tell that I was wrapping that cable around me, but it's very easy for me to be self-aware of like high step.
Pick your foot up,
move around it. So you're not going to trip on it.
So outside of games, do you think that VR is going to hang on with things like 3D, 360 video, and even like with PlayStation VR making games just appear on a screen in front of you? Do you think those are going to end up being viable things, or is that going to be something that people are just not going to do?
No, I think they're going to do it. I think it's really good. The 360 video stuff on YouTube is actually really, really cool. I don't think I don't think that stuff is going to be primary use. I think the primary use and the selling factor for this is games, and then maybe some on the retail market on how you can interact with stuff. But that is basically, it's either interactive experiences or games. I don't think that the 360 video is the clinching factor. I don't think that's the huge selling point to it. It's a really cool addition. You know what I mean? And that's my personal opinion. Where are you at?
Same thing. One area that I think that people haven't considered is that like in some of the video apps where you can rent movies or watch Netflix or whatever, you're in an environment and there's a big screen in front of you and you're watching it on there. That is actually pretty good if you want to watch like 3D movies, because like if you want to buy a 3D TV, that's a pretty hefty expense right now. If you're okay with wearing the goggles and doing it, then that's actually a viable alternative to buying a full-fledged TV and the glasses and everything. So I think that said, I actually sat down and watched a whole movie in the Netflix app where you're sitting in a living room watching it. And after about 45 minutes, I was like, I'm kind of done with this. Like, I don't know that I would do that for that long. But the Vive was also more comfortable to wear.
Well, I think it's a difference between if you can sit in a VR with an interactive, immersive experience rather than a passive experience for more than 45 minutes. I think if you're interacting and you're engaged into it, 45 minutes plus, easy. I feel like a passive experience for more than 30 minutes or so, you're probably going to get a little, like you said, done with it, tired of it. So.
Yeah, I did 2 30-minute stretches on the Vive, and neither of them, they felt too short. So, anyhow, so that's our thoughts on it. It's a little more complex than I think.
VR is not just VR.
Yeah, it's not. Like if someone hands you a Google Cardboard, you're not getting an HTC Vive experience. You're not even anywhere near. You're not even close to it. So explore it. If you have a Samsung device that'll work with the Gear VR and you're a gamer, I think it's absolutely worth the $100 and you should get it. If you have an Android device and you're even kind of interested in VR, get a Google Cardboard. There's even some rumors that Apple's working on a VR device.
They should. So, if you're a big major tech company and you're not working towards VR, you've chosen the wrong path.
Nintendo.
Microsoft.
Well, yeah, that's true. They have the AR stuff, but
which who knows? We'll see. That's a conversation for another time. So let us know in the comments below. Have you guys played VR? What are your thoughts of it? Are you excited to try VR now that we've been talking about it? Go out there, give it a shot. Let us know what you guys think. As always, you can follow all of our content over at our website, thesavestate.com. You can follow us on Twitter. We are at @the_SaveState. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. We'll see you next time.
See you.
Okay. Ready? Ring off. Take your ring off.
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on, Gold. Come on, Gold. Come on, Gold. Ooh, mine's wavering.
Mine's walking to the edge, though.
Nope. Nope. Nope, I'm losing. Yours is heavier. You have big fat fingers.